Hello and welcome to Sports Opinion, the weekly sports talk show on Channel 18, Public Access TV. I'm Dirk Keller. This is Bob Boyd. That's Bud Supple, and this here is Earl the Pearl Murphy.
That's it.
That's right.
And it's his show.
The one and only.
Right.
I see Pearl got a job.
Yeah, working for a wholesale grocery.
Yeah, I just like to bump into him and say, a pound of butter, please. He's a really a good guy when you get to know him, and I knew him quite well, and he was a real laughable guy. You know, he cheated, but you know that's
cheated. But he always had a smile on his face,
yes,
and he
that's
always
right.
wanted to greet you.
Yes,
he was
right.
one
and it wasn't so
tell
much
me,
that
where
he
did he
cheated.
get this job at?
Well, he's
talking about Bruce Pearl.
Yeah, I'm talking about Bruce Pearl. It was in the paper today that he got a job with a wholesale grocery outfit there in Tennessee.
They gross
Knoxville.
$4 billion, so it must be a pretty
huge.
good operation. Yeah,
I assume it's a company like Hawkeye Food Service here.
Hawkeye Wholesale, yeah.
So
well, interesting. So because he's banned from
3 years.
3 years from coaching anywhere, right?
They brought that up.
Yeah.
He was going to go to Texas
To coach in an NBA development league.
Yeah.
But I want to make something clear.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily cheat. He lied.
Right. That's right.
That's different.
Absolutely
And
right.
that,
Well, wait a second. Now, he cheated by having recruits at his house for a barbecue and God knows what else.
Yep.
But I think the real
it's still
punishment,
against
Bob,
the rules, guys.
what he's getting at, the punishment is lying to the NCAA.
Yes.
Because none of his assistant coaches for a year can take a job with that university coming in and explain to the NCAA. It's 3 years for him, and they have to go in for.
Where's the head coach? He was the head coach.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all of his assistants are also out of a job.
That's right.
And it's not because they cheated. It's because they lied.
Yeah.
They lied to the NCAA, just like Jim Tressel lied to his athletic director and other administrators at Ohio State.
Do you think Pearl lied when Illinois?
No.
Okay.
I really don't. From everything I've learned, he didn't. He may have not told the Illinois basketball player Deion Thomas that he was taping him, but he didn't deny it. You know, we know the story.
But now I see where the guys from Miami, 3 of them got off the hook and can play.
But 8 did not.
I know, but 3 did.
They probably didn't have any credible evidence against those guys.
Well, I don't see when they start letting some people off and other people.
The best Bruce Pearl story that I like is Randy Larson spoke at the Monday Morning Quarterback Club a couple years ago. And when Bruce Pearl was, the coach of Tennessee and had that job just going really strong and had a good program, and he got divorced. And so he told Randy that the worst thing about divorce is on his way to the University of Tennessee every morning he had to go by his ex-wife's hair salon. You know what she called her hair salon?
Wasn't it alimony?
Alimony.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's still there.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
I thought that was a cute story that Randy told, and Bruce apparently had a pretty good sense of humor.
I would be a bit surprised if Pearl laughed at that.
Oh, he did. I mean, Randy was saying that Bruce just kind of got a kick out of it. It was pretty clever, actually. So.
What I don't like about the whole deal is it gives Illinois fans some sense of relevancy that, they are vindicated when, in fact, they were the dirtiest, scummiest program in the Big Ten for really generations.
Well, but you're right. They're sitting there saying, see, we told you he lied.
Who was the coach over there?
Lou Henson.
I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there for 20 years.
It was the assistant coach, Jimmy Collins, who was the man behind the cash
At Chicago.
and the Chevy Blazers. Yeah. And there's a reason Jimmy Collins didn't get the Illinois job when Lou Henson retired, and there's a reason Jimmy Collins never got a bigger job than the University of Chicago, or whatever the Circle campus, UIC, I think it is, University of Illinois at Chicago.
It's because of those shenanigans.
That's right. He was dirty, and Lou Henson was dirty, and that whole program was dirty. And I still resent, 25 years later, I still resent the fact that Illinois and Illinois fans point the finger at Iowa and Bruce Pearl, and act as if we were the bad guys, when in fact it was really and quite clearly them.
See, that forward from Lone Tree is the one I feel sorry for.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up going to, was it South Florida? Somewhere down in Florida.
Yeah.
Junior college.
Yeah.
As head coach. Now,
Right.
can he coach at junior college?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's head coach down there, right?
Yeah,
buddy?
it's right up on 10. It's where that Naval Academy is.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Just before you get to the Alabama line, but it's in Florida. Nice,
Okay.
Niceville or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what he's made of when he's out there on his own as a head coach.
But the problem is they just cut those assistant coaches off like that. Because I know his dad, Lowell Forbes. He worked,
Yeah, well, he
delivers
does rehab.
part-time for what used to be my company until I sold it. And I had a conversation with him a month ago, and he said those assistant coaches were cut off right away from their salary and their benefits, and no money, house payments, and he said there's a good chance that, his son's house is in jeopardy.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure.
Let alone the other coaches, but at least he got another job.
But he got a job right away.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Very tough.
Steve Forbes, yeah.
Well, you got to be honest. You got to be straight up, and they weren't, and they're paying a heavy
like
price.
we are, right?
Always. And I honestly am excited about football. High school football's already started. All 3 city teams came out of the gate strong, dominant, and won. Let's see. City High beat Dubuque Senior 28-0. West High won at Waterloo East 49-13. And of course Regina just walloped BGM on the road 41-0. So, new week, new lineup, the big game.
Don't forget Solon and West Branch.
They both
because
squeaked out.
these teams, here we are in Iowa City, Iowa. You got West Branch 8 miles from us, Solon 10 miles from us, and your 3 local schools are all ranked in the top 10, and 4 of them are in the top 2.
Solon was very fortunate to beat DeWitt Central.
That's right.
Well, West Branch is.
And
I don't
West
know if they
Branch-
should have won.
And there's, I've heard there was some controversy
Oh,
on the
there
2-point
is.
conversion.
Yeah, he fumbles the ball, and then Butch Peterson comes out on the field, and the rest said, well, he
Crossed
went
the line.
across the plane.
Yeah.
Well, it was.
Homer, another
Tell
homer.
that to West
Branch.
Liberty, yeah. Tell that to West Liberty people.
Yeah.
But now West Liberty's in Regina's district, so that's going to be
They're a good team.
they're a good team.
And that game was at West Branch.
Yes.
And we'll see. But, it was a pretty interesting first week of the season. And now the big game this week is Regina hosting Solon.
Right.
I think, is Solon number 1 in 3A?
2.
They're number 2. And Regina's what?
2.
They're number 2. So, big game, Friday night at Regina.
And then the nice thing about it, you have Solon 3A and Regina 2A, which they were last year, and we beat them.
Yep, at Solon.
At Solon, yeah.
And dominated, really.
Yeah.
Not only that, but Regina now has redone their bleachers.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I need to talk about that. Expanded so there's room for more fans to come as well.
Bob, I wish you could see it. I've been out there quite a bit lately, and they're just beautiful.
That's what I hear.
Bleachers
You
are
can't
gorgeous.
you can't find any better. You know, City High is a bigger school. Theirs is just as nice or nicer. But I mean, for a Class 2A school to have the complex that they have down there, the girls softball, I mean, it's beautiful.
It's just fantastic. And I want to point out Tom Brandt and Tony Fackler. Those 2 guys, among a host of others, a lot of other volunteers.
My son-in-law,
Lehman,
Randall,
was involved.
Barry.
Yeah,
Barry Lehman.
He's still out there today.
Yeah. Oh, I'll bet they'll be out there right up till
Yeah.
Friday.
They've got a lot of great volunteers out there, parents of kids that go to Regina that have always been there to pitch in and do a lot of work in the evenings and weekends, and that makes a huge difference.
And there'd be a carnival out in front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna put that out in front.
All Fun Festival.
That's where it belongs.
I want to put this on the air if people are watching. They are going to have shuttle service
For the game,
for the game, so you can park at different places, and the Regina buses will pick you up every 15 minutes.
Where are those shuttle locations?
I don't know that yet.
Well, then that's not much help.
No, I just found out about it today.
Oh, okay.
So they're shuttling where? To the Iowa game, you mean?
No, well, now they're doing that
They're
too.
going to do that too on Saturday.
On Saturday, they're going to. They want them to come back after the game.
Yeah.
So they're going to shut. You can go to Regina and get on the bus, and then they'll bring you back out to the.
No, there'll be a lot
They're
less
always
parking
thinking about it.
on Friday night
Don't
for the
forget
big
that's
game.
Catholic.
Because of the
Well,
rides
look
and
at Mrs.
carnival.
Cubic.
I see.
She watches us all the time too. We have to tell her happy birthday.
Who's that?
Who?
Mrs. Cubic turned 103 last.
Oh my God!
I saw her at church Saturday.
Yeah,
Sunday.
but she goes every day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They
every
announced
day.
her in church at
Yeah.
the what was it, 9:30 mass.
Yeah.
And she likes that Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
I like that.
My
Yeah.
God, good for her. That's
Oh,
good.
yeah. Well, happy birthday, Mrs. Cubic. That was neat to see you there at church, and I hope to see you every Sunday for a long time to come.
Yeah.
We hope to see a really good, entertaining game at Regina. Parking will be an issue. Check the Regina website, maybe give the school a call, and see where those shuttles are. Maybe give Bud a call tonight after midnight at home.
After midnight at home. You want to give out your number, bud?
I should have brought it up.
And Carol will take all the calls.
So
Or Bud
let's
will
see.
pick them up. I mean, Bud will pick up.
Why
for you.
not?
Yeah. You bet.
One of these days,
That's
we need to
another
get Tommy
thing.
Brandt on here.
I even lost
That's
my
a good
spot.
idea.
We can't park back there.
Why?
All those front places where we
Yeah.
used to get there early and stuff, $100 a year.
I'm giving $100. I'm getting me a front
You
row
mean
parking.
around the field? Is that?
Yeah.
what you-
No, outside the fence.
Up high, up above.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They're going to have reserved parking for contributors who purchase a $100 parking fee space.
I don't know this.
Okay.
This is the University of Iowa parking. How's your parking?
It's gone.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, where we parked is not available to us this year. They built we're talking about the University of Iowa
Yeah.
now for football. They built a new RV parking lot on the site where the field hockey field used to be.
Okay.
Which is a lot further away, and
Is that along the railroad tracks to the
yes.
north then?
It's almost right
Yes.
across from Carver, isn't it?
It's right next to the outdoor practice
Yeah,
facility, and
right.
right across from Carver. Although there's
okay.
another parking lot between Carver Hawkeye Arena and the new RV parking lot.
What's that lot? The one that's between
That's just the normal lot next to the baseball stadium.
Koenig Society thing? Or?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
you're okay. We're
Koenig
okay.
Society's okay. This is RV parking.
I went over to
Okay.
check.
That lot is
You're about the same
going to be
place.
Same
taken
place,
over
yeah.
by the new indoor practice facility for the football
I have to
program.
get there early.
So where are you parking?
I have to get there
We've
early.
got a designated slot
I'm
in this new
afraid.
RV lot, but it's a long way from our seats, and
Okay.
I think we're gonna try to get closer down a lot, park on Friday night, see how that goes.
Yeah.
Now, that
We're not
was
happy
very
about
vague. They said at certain lots you could get in at 7 o'clock Friday night,
Yeah.
but other ones not till 7 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah.
Well,
But they didn't mention which lots, did they?
I haven't seen it, but it's usually the RV lots that they let people park the night before.
Well, I used to be able to park. the
Well,
night
don't they at
before.
the Koenig Society lot west of the stadium? Can't you get in? Friday
Yeah,
night?
I used
You
to
can.
be. I don't know if it's this
You can.
year or not. I mean,
Well,
they're-
prior seasons, I don't know about this year. I'm just guessing.
I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
always a new challenge every fall to see what they're going to pull on us next.
That's right. Tommy Brandt wants to come on the show, and I would like to have him on here. Just talk about the work and effort that went into the building of the bleachers at Regina,
Yeah.
the residing of the field. It's just gorgeous. I crunched a few numbers with him one day out there at football practice, and it's got to be close to $1 million that they've saved by all the volunteer work and donated product and time. Close to $1 million.
300,000 just to put them up.
Yeah,
The bleachers.
yeah.
Yeah. Now they did their own concrete and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
but they were inspected too. I mean, the
Oh,
state
yeah.
comes in and inspects them, and they have to be so.
Yeah, but they had
That's
legitimate
good.
concrete.
Yeah, oh,
that's
that's
helping them,
fantastic.
too. That makes a difference.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
But then you had the Strebs.
yes.
They're in the concrete. I mean, those
Concrete
guys know what
business.
they're doing, and you know.
Yeah.
Well, every night I went to football
Elba
practice,
Haskins.
Tom Brandt and Tony Fackler are out there doing something, working with other guys.
Yes.
And during before school started, I'd be out there at practice in the afternoon, and they're out there. I mean, there was always somebody out there.
Well, what I would like to see Tom do when he does come on is have a list of all those people that really work.
Yeah.
Give everybody the credit they deserve, because there's, as we all know, a lot of work and effort and money goes into this stuff, and volunteer help.
Agree. Well, let's see. Before we forget, West High will have their home opener against Dubuque Hempstead this Friday. West High's ranked.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty impressive.
And Ted had Cedar Falls Hempstead game last.
What do you say about them?
He doesn't think anyone's going to touch Cedar Falls.
Really?
Oh, really? They're that good?
Which is the best team that he's ever seen in Cedar Falls.
Wow.
I didn't think so. I wasn't. He worked the game. He didn't know, but yeah. I saw them on channel 109, and I think that Hempstead is not very, very good. I don't think that.
No, definitely. Yeah. He does too. He does that, but still, he thought that the kids were so disciplined, and the coaches hardly ever had to really get on them.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really good. They're number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've had a great program at Cedar Falls for a long time. Yeah, they're always up there.
City High goes to Waterloo West this weekend.
That's Iowa City West beat Waterloo East, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this is a different team.
Yep, right? Different team.
All right.
So, you mentioned it, but the Regina game will be on 9.2, KCRG 9.2, which if you have Mediacom is channel 109. Bud, you think that game will start about 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock. I think they're aiming for that.
Okay.
Because the Southmore game starts at 6:30.
That'll be a humdinger,
and
too.
I even think that if they're approaching that time, they'll probably cut that off if they can,
Okay.
Because there's another television station, and that's your local Mediacom.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it. Now, that won't be live on that.
No, not live.
It'll be all next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
that's
Thursday.
Good. And KCJJ will have the game on the radio, 16:30
3 radio
AM.
station, WMT, KXSC.
Really?
Yeah, right. They've had to throw some people out of the press box.
The odds on the game. Anybody giving odds?
I haven't heard.
I don't
the Hawkeye game?
No, it's Solon Regina.
Oh, Solon Regina. Okay.
Somebody probably is.
Tommy Brandt would know.
Yeah, right. If not, he'll tell you.
Tommy Brandt, if you know the odds on the game this Friday, give Bud a call after midnight tonight. All right, let's talk Hawkeye football.
Let's do.
It's finally here. Tennessee Tech comes to town, 11 a.m. Saturday morning, home opener, season opener. It'll be on the Big Ten Network, channel 72, or I forget what the high definition.
72.
Yeah, but there's a high def channel too.
Oh, there is.
But you'll know. You know
turn
it.
to that
one.
Okay.
I've learned a little bit about Tennessee Tech. They are in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Right.
They are an FCS team.
Like Northern Iowa.
Yes, like Northern Iowa. They're not Division I.
Weren't they 5 and 6 or something like that?
Yes, 5 and let me
or 6 and 5.
5 and 6 last year.
Last year, okay.
Their head coach is Watson Brown, and I didn't realize this, but his brother is the head coach at Texas, Mac Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And his coach is a very close friend with Kurt Ferentz.
Oh.
And 10 years ago, they went canoeing together.
Really?
And this is how they started down.
How'd you learn that?
Last night on Brooks on Sports or whatever they were talking about.
They went canoeing together?
They went to canoeing together.
Just the two of them, or?
Well, I don't know if there's more canoe. I think those two were in one canoe and maybe other canoes. I don't know. But they were talking about it last night because Campbell asked, how do they pick out a team like Tennessee Tech to come to Iowa City? Well, the one guy said, well, $850,000 they're getting is one reason.
That helps.
You bet.
And then they had a lead in
Is that
with
for
Kurt.
sure?
Yeah.
You heard that figure.
Yeah.
No, they said that on TV. I don't know.
I heard that too. 800 or 850.
Yeah. I heard that on TV.
Louisiana-Monroe is getting $1.1 million to come here.
Gee.
That's a lot of dough.
But that is a division.
They are Division I.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Well, that's one good thing about 2017, guys. We're going to have 9 Big Ten games and eliminate one of these Sisters of the Poor and paying them these kind of dollars. But it does help their program.
But the interesting thing about the Big Ten, they all start this week, and there's not one team in the Big Ten or Big 12 that are playing a ranked team.
Is that right?
The closest one is Minnesota, Southern Cal, but they're not ranked at all.
Isn't
I see ranked. Okay.
Isn't Northwestern? Oh, Northwestern's going to
Boston College. They're not ranked.
Neither one is ranked.
No one's got a ranked team now. They picked out the best 2 games. Would be Southern Cal and Minnesota and Northwestern and Boston College.
Yeah.
Well, here's a little bit more about Tennessee Tech. They have 21 returning starters, including all 11 on defense. I'm sorry, all 11 on offense.
Okay.
They run the hurry-up offense. Like Earl said, they finished 5-6 last year. Their wide receiver, Tim Benford, has 151 career receptions, which is a lot. In 3 seasons, that's a lot.
500 a year.
50 a year.
50 a year.
Yeah. He is just 6 away from joining the top 10 in that conference, all-time receptions, the Ohio Valley Conference. 6 receptions away from being in the top 10 all-time for that conference. They run the spread offense, and they build themselves as the fastest 60 minutes in football. So that'll be interesting.
I wonder how those other 6 teams that beat them, where they are standing.
Yeah.
But they tell me that they're going to pass and pass and pass and pass and pass and pass.
I bet.
Well,
no huddle.
No huddle. With that, it's supposed to be 90 degrees, right?
At least.
Yeah.
So that's going to who's in the best shape?
Yeah.
Who's got the most depth on a day like that?
That's right.
On both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And it's so bad, there was no point.
What?
No spread.
We'll see.
Las Vegas took it off the board.
I thought you were talking about spread offense.
Yeah,
Spread,
The spread offense.
Yep.
That's not the spread.
I meant the spread off.
Well, that's interesting. No bet on
that
the
was
game.
in the paper.
That's,
Yeah, why would you? Now, let's talk a little bit about the Hawkeyes. The offensive line. I want to start off with them. Could be the best in years.
We hope.
We hope, and we don't know. But what we do know is Riley Reif will be there at left tackle. He's only a junior, and it's probably going to be his last year.
We'll see.
We'll see. That's right. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to continue to progress, but he leads that and anchors that offensive line at left tackle. He is the protection for the quarterback, keeping his blind side safe.
Right.
And then you've got a lot of other good people. Marcus Zuzevitz, who is a 5th-year senior and has shown improvement every year. He's gotten playing time every year, and this is his year to step up. I really like 5th-year seniors.
And he come a long ways.
Yes. James Ferentz at center. He's probably the best of all the Ferentz boys.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I'll go that far.
Well, that's what I'm hearing.
We'll see this year. He could be at the end of the year. But
He'll be all right.
He's got to prove it.
yeah, well, I know.
Yeah.
He's good, but
Redshirt junior, right?
First one was pretty damn good.
Well,
is he a junior or a sophomore?
Junior.
Redshirt junior.
So he's got this year and next year, and that's it?
Yep.
Fairness. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, he's a junior. Okay.
Left guard.
We've got Adam Geddes,
Right guard.
5th-year senior. Adam Geddes, 5th-year senior. I look for good things from these guys. I look for this offense.
Who's the tight end?
Well, they're talking about C.J. Fedorowicz. They're talking about he's going to have the spotlight, but Herman is going to be the
Number
other.
one, right?
Yeah, he's a senior, Brad Herman.
You got Zach Derby in there. in the mix?
He is not. Yes, he is. He is listed as number 3.
Second. Yeah, 3 is it?
Yeah, he's after Fedorowicz. Zach Derby, AJ's brother, is a junior.
Yep.
6'3", 240 pounds. And I'm told that he has worked his butt off, has worked harder than maybe any other player on the team.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be tough, as always, at tight end.
Yep. 3 legitimate
tight
ends.
Yep.
And you know, you were there too at the Monday morning quarterback luncheon on this week when Coach Ferentz spoke, and he specifically said tight end is one of the positions where we will see a true freshman playing this year.
Wow.
Yeah. We've got a good one, and I'm drawing a blank on the kid's name. He's not listed in the 2 or 3 deeps, but...
mostly it's special teams probably, though, don't you think?
Well,
he says there's going to be...
It's not Randolph.
No.
6 to 8 true freshmen play.
Yes.
He said that we'll see true freshmen play this year at running back, at wide receiver, at tight end, and on special teams at the very least.
Yes.
6 to 8 players. At least 2 of them are going to be running backs, maybe 3.
Yes, that McCall, he's something
Mikhail
else.
McCall.
Yeah. Someone said he is something else.
This is the kid from Orange Ridge.
Talked to a guy from the press from Cedar Rapids and said he will be playing all year long.
Yeah. Is that right?
Now, the only bad thing about him, he's not very big.
But he's tough.
He's tough. Oh, yeah.
He weighs 200 pounds, doesn't he?
Let's see here.
Thinking he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not listed on the 2 deeps.
Who's listed on
Jason White after Marcus Coker.
Okay.
Yeah, he will get second.
Mikhail McCall is a kid whose dad was the heavyweight boxing champion.
That's right.
So he's got to be tough. Got to be tough.
Well, he can dodge in. This guy says I could not believe, and he was out of practice just a week ago or so.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just so impressed with him. He said, I don't think I've ever been impressed with a sophomore or with a true freshman like he is.
He's probably going to get a chance to play Saturday and maybe against Louisiana-Monroe.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and Kurt made a point to say that it was either White or him, and they're pretty close.
And White's a walk-on.
Yes.
Nice article on him in the Press Citizen today.
Yeah.
Very nice article.
But they have nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, we know what he's like, Coker.
Well, our running attack should be very good with this offensive line. With the experience, the offensive line.
Yes.
You know, Bob, and then I think...
Keeping healthy, of course.
I still have that picture of Ohio State game in my mind. And I look out for that quarterback. Oh, yeah. I mean, I just have so much faith in him. And what I really like about him that we haven't seen the last couple of years.
Talking about, okay.
Vandenberg.
He knows how to throw that short pass for 8 or 9 yards. And they think they're going for the long one. But he knows he did that against Ohio State. He come clear down the field that one time.
Yeah. And again, the most prolific passer in high school history in the state of Iowa, James Vandenberg. So...
and he's got bigger and stronger. Yeah. I mean, he just looks like...
Like the paper said today, he carries himself like a leader.
Yeah.
He speaks like a leader.
And his foot movement's fantastic.
Yeah. Really looking forward to him.
Yeah, I am too. I can't
they
wait.
expect
what about the freshman coming in?
Jake
Rudick.
Yeah.
Rudick. I've heard he looks good.
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Skinny.
Yeah, I did too.
But works hard.
How tall is he?
I think he's 6'5".
No.
Rudick?
I think he may be.
6'2".
Is that right? I trust Bob.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, they need to put muscle on. They need to redshirt him with what he's got ahead of him and the progression of Vandenberg. He's got 2 years probably as a starter unless he gets hurt. And then you got A.J. Derby who slipped into number 2, and he's a redshirt freshman.
Does the people that they redshirt, do they get the okay for the player that you can be redshirted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But say that he wouldn't. No, I don't want a redshirt. I want to battle Vandenberg.
They'll work with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They'll give him a chance to prove it.
I want to go back with Derby. Now, what's Derby?
Redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he came to school in February, I think.
Yep, he started.
But he was there last year all year.
No.
Yeah, he was.
He was there, but he redshirted.
He redshirted last year, but he also started a semester before that. He skipped his second semester in high school.
So he's been at Iowa a year and a half, 3 semesters.
Right.
Actually,
Okay.
Which doesn't count against your redshirt year. So
he wasn't out for football his
So you're
first
saying
semester on campus.
this year he's a freshman.
A redshirt freshman.
freshman.
But we have him for 4 years.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
This is the
I
first
didn't
of his
realize
4
that.
years.
That's great. Well, now his brother
Zach,
is what?
tight end.
He
I know
would
that.
be a redshirt.
He's a junior.
He's a junior. Okay.
Redshirt junior.
Yep.
Now he's going to be good. Someone told me too.
Yeah. And like we just said, he's worked harder than maybe any player on the team.
Okay.
Really
Of course,
dedicated.
that's all in their blood too.
Yeah, that's right.
You hope so.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, those kids come to play. I mean, it's
Their dad was quite a
that's
football player.
Like
Oh,
Tim,
yes, he was.
Tim Dwight. He
John
come
Derby,
in,
all
he
Big
was
Ten.
His dad wasn't
2 years.
I think
Wasn't
that's
he?
right.
Linebacker?
And he had the big tackle in the Ohio State game that secured the victory.
Pass interception.
Was it interception?
Now let me tell
That's
you.
right, it was.
Tell you another one on there that's a shocker. Is a walk-on from Solon.
Sleeper.
Yeah, that's
Sleeper.
right.
He's
That's
a
why they call
big
him a sleeper. He's a surprise.
Yep. We're going to talk about D-backs in a little bit. And
I had to get
Colin
that out.
Sleeper.
He's a real sleeper.
He is.
See, I don't remember him doing that good when he played against Regina.
Well,
Of course, everything.
it's an outstanding athlete.
Yeah, I guess so.
He did pretty good. They beat Regina every time he played him, probably, So at that time, and that
They beat
those
everybody.
years back,
It
We-
was all Morris.
Defensive line.
Yes.
Big question mark. Big question mark. The good news is Norm Parker is back.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as big a question mark as people.
I don't either.
I
don't
You,
I'm
you
glad
said it
to hear
right
you say
there.
that.
Norm
Yeah,
is
they-
back.
Norm is
Norm
back.
is back.
He's healthy. Like Coach said, he doesn't look real good, but then he never did.
Yeah, that's right.
But he feels real well. And it seems like he has been able to adjust to his diabetes and get it under control somewhat and be a little smarter about his pace and his hours on the job.
Yeah.
He stays off. He doesn't have any choice. He has to stay off his feet or his foot. And
One.
yeah, he's got one left. Let's keep that one. The big guy on the defensive line is Mike Daniels. He was a starter last year. He leads the pack.
Yeah.
He's got Broderick Benz back with him. Broderick was a little up and down last year. I can't remember if he had a few nagging injuries, but
He's good.
yeah, Broderick's back and he's good. LeBron Daniel too. He got a lot of starts last year.
Yeah, that's amazing. There's a Daniel and a Daniels.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah.
Daniels
You hard to keep that
Plural.
straight.
and LeBron Daniel.
No relation.
No,
The S gives you him. The S.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys are confident in the defensive line.
I am.
I'm concerned.
I'm not.
We've lost a lot of talent there.
The linebackers go along with the defensive line. So
I'm concerned more about linebackers than anything on defense.
yeah.
Well, it's going to be a faster, leaner linebacking core this year.
A lot faster.
Yeah, they're not going to be nearly as big as we're accustomed to seeing them. James Morris is back to start his second year.
He's about 230 now, isn't he?
Is he? Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
I don't know what he is, but I've never seen a better ball player than him on the field. In that position.
James
He was in
Morris
every
is
darn-
6'2", 227 pounds.
That's real close to 230.
That's about as close as it gets.
Well, you know what? Our linebackers, I wonder if that's what the coaching staff has decided because of these spread offenses. We need those smaller, quicker linebackers to cover those guys coming off the
Well,
spread.
you've got Christian Kirksey, and he's 6'2", 215, also a sophomore, like James Morris. And then you've got Tyler Nielsen, who is a senior, who had a lot of neck injuries last year.
Yeah.
Missed most of the season.
But he's well now. So.
Yep, he is well. He is 6'4" and 235 pounds.
Boy, we need him to
Nice
be
size.
healthy.
Yeah, good
We
size.
need him to be healthy.
But that whole group you're talking about all got to play a lot last year.
Yep.
Every one of them got to
Well,
play
except
a lot.
Nielsen, because he was hurt.
Right. But I mean, these younger kids all got to
Yeah.
play a lot of ball last week. And who showed up at the bowl game against Missouri. These guys.
Yeah. That's right.
I have all the confidence in the world in this.
Yeah, see, I'm not as overly concerned about the linebackers. I think they're going to be fine. Any position that has James Morris in it, I think is going to be just fine. And I'm kind of excited about a faster, leaner linebacking core.
I agree with that.
This college football is a speed game anymore.
Yeah.
And we need that.
You know, we did look tired
last quarter of every game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cost us.
It sure did. It sure did. It cost. I mean, look at Indiana. We should have lost that game.
That's right.
Northwestern.
But then we should have
Minnesota.
beat Wisconsin too.
We should.
If you want to start saying we should have,
We lost that.
There's two ways.
Gained the first touchdown. We missed the extra point.
Yeah. Good memory.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But that fourth and that was the worst.
The punt.
4th and 18.
The punt.
Yeah. That just.
We can't talk about that.
No, let's get off.
Let's go forward.
Let's talk about the other linebackers.
I happened to watch it the other night.
I would never watch that.
Well, I shouldn't.
No.
Tom Donatel is a 6'2", 205-pound senior who's backing up Tyler Nielsen at linebacker.
Who got hurt?
DeBona.
Yeah.
Shane DeBona.
He must have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to miss him.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Are.
Out for the season.
Anthony Hitchens is a 6'1", 224-pound sophomore at linebacker, backing up Christian Kirksey. And then behind James Morris is Bruce Davis, who is a senior and got a lot of action last year.
Yeah.
He had some good moments and he had some not so good moments, like everybody.
Yeah.
But his inexperience last year showed. He is a senior. And I look for him to get a lot of playing time again this year, and hopefully he's improved his game. So linebacker, that's what we have there. Let's see here. D-backs.
A lot of depth.
Micah Hyde starts and ends with Micah Hyde. He decided to stay here and not go pro. Really glad he did that. He's looking to go out on top his senior year.
You will.
Yeah.
He plays cornerback.
Well, there's talk of him playing safety this year.
Free safety.
Yep. And I think that's where he'll be. What I'm really anxious to see out of our defensive backs, Jordan Bernstein. This kid is a, believe it or not, 5th-year senior. He was the big catch out of the state of Iowa his senior year in high school.
That's right.
And he has played next to nothing his entire time at Iowa. He's had some pretty serious injuries. If you remember, he had some big plays against Missouri in the Insight Bowl last year.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, he's going to be returning kickoffs, along with
Kid from Cedar Rapids, Davis.
Yeah.
Keenan Davis.
Yeah.
Yes, Keenan Davis.
Yeah.
Jordan Bernstein is 5'11", 205 pounds.
All muscle.
Yes, all muscle. He is
His
fast.
feet is fast.
A very good athlete that just is, like you said, just needs to be healthy for a year.
I look for big things from
Yeah.
him. I got to believe he's got
I
a
do
healthy
too.
year in him for once.
We say he didn't make, but he was
And
hurt most of the
returning
time.
The whole time.
punts, that's a surprise because they returning punts. They
Micah Hyde.
Yeah.
And who was the guy at Kessel? Who was our
Last year,
number 7? What's
McNutt.
not? He's on punts. He's back there.
Both of them are high end.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
and a few
surprise.
times
Yeah,
we
it
had
was to me
what's
too.
the receiver that got in all the trouble.
But I like him
Darrell
as a ball
Johnson,
player.
Cooley.
I think he'll do
Cooley,
good back
DJK, yeah.
because he gets going. He'll go.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, our defensive backs are going to be, I think they're going to really stand out with Micah Hyde leading things, with Jordan Bernstein being a 5th-year senior. You've also got, as Bud mentioned, Colin Sleeper from Solon, the walk-on. He's going to start at safety.
I know it.
Who was the kid from Mid Prairie?
Tanner Miller.
Tanner Miller,
Yeah,
He'll be
that's
playing a lot back there,
Yeah,
too.
really surprising.
an exceptional athlete. Let's see if he made the 2
Good
Ds.
size, good speed.
Yes. Tanner Miller is going to back up Micah Hyde at safety.
He's a big safety. How big is he?
6'2", 201 pounds.
Yeah.
6'2", and again, total athlete.
Was he a walk-on, or was he?
No, he was the last scholarship.
That's right.
Yep. He was the kid on the team bus coming back from a game when he got the phone call.
That's right.
Yeah,
and
that's
the last
right.
scholarship offer.
But all three of these kids is from Regina's conference.
Yeah. Yep. Morris, Sleeper, and Miller.
Yeah.
These kids at Regina all played against him.
Sleeper is a sophomore. Yeah, he's a junior. Excuse me.
Wait, no.
Okay.
Sleeper is not the same.
He's a junior.
But he was a third.
Redshirt
3A, wasn't he?
He what?
He was a 3A.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
I think.
But
he's
he
a
also
junior.
was 2A.
Not
I
a
said he
redshirt.
was.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
talked, now he's a 3A.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year, right?
No, he was 3A last year.
Yeah, I say just last year.
Oh, okay.
Not
Greg
the other years.
Castillo,
I think you're.
Greg Castillo and Sean Prater are back
Yeah.
at
Mhm.
cornerback. Castillo had a lot of good moments and he had a lot of bad moments last year. And Prater, we'll see.
He plays.
He's tough.
Mhm.
He
And
has
he's
some
what-
big moments.
He's so well muscled.
Yep.
Well, the other good thing about these D-backs is Hyde can play safety or corner.
Yep.
Bernstein has played safety and corner.
He's listed as number 2 cornerback.
Yeah, so I mean, if we have injury issues, you do have some kids you can move around.
Hyde is listed as the number 2 cornerback behind Castillo.
Yeah.
Bernstein is he's actually not listed as a starter at safety. Colin Sleeper is, along with Micah Hyde. So
But
we'll
Bernstein
see.
has played both positions.
Oh yeah, and he's going to play a lot.
But what I like about all this team stuff, there's not one All-American.
Yeah.
Well,
We got a
Riley
bunch.
Reef.
Oh, I'm not
Reef,
saying
yeah.
they won't be, but I mean not written up as All-Americans. All that, and anytime Kurt Ferentz has a team that's in doubt, that's when they come and show them.
you know another thing about Iowa, and I think it's real important, is that they got all their coaching staff is still intact.
Oh,
Very
that's so
important,
important.
yeah.
You're
Very
so right.
That's right.
Good point,
Murph,
Murph.
that
That's
is-
true.
that's-
a big deal.
That's a
Extremely
very true
big
statement,
deal.
Murph. There's just,
Yeah.
and that's what they said about Cedar Falls up there. That coaching staff's been there for 8, 9
right?
years.
Yeah,
That's why they're good.
They were saying that he was 70 years old.
Is he really?
Is that right?
That's right.
Their head coach?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Well, you keep it. Well, that's true for Regina. He keeps the same ones out there, and when someone does leave, he comes back.
Well, City High, the
That
same
you's
way.
come back. You know, the guy that went to Texas, he's
Yeah,
back
and
out there now.
And he's going to be a difference maker for
Oh,
Regina
I know.
again. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you didn't mention it, but the guy that the deep snapper from DeWitt, Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his
He's a
name.
walk-on, isn't he, Murph? The kid from DeWitt that's a deep.
I don't know, but he's
Casey
yeah, that's it.
Kreider,
Kreider, that's it.
6'3", 250 pounds senior.
And
Sophomore, excuse me, sophomore.
Mhm.
Casey Kreider, long snapper.
he picked up dishes at the athletic club, and I used
No kid.
I used to talk to him every week, and I say, "Hey, you snapping that?" And he said, "Putting it right there." So he's a wonderful young man. So
Great.
That's fantastic.
That is great.
Yeah.
Wide receiver.
mm-hmm.
Another position of strength for the Hawkeyes. Starts with Marvin McNutt.
yeah,
Look for him to set the career record for touchdown receptions at Iowa.
he's got what he's got now, 16,
I think that's
Yeah.
right.
What's the record?
20.
21?
I think 20, isn't it?
20, I think it's 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll break that.
He came back instead of going pro. Marvin McNutt came back. St. Louis Post-Dispatch has a real nice article on him today.
Is that right?
Yeah, talked about his decision to stay here. Interviewed his mother. Talked about his high school career.
Mm-hmm.
He was a baseball player first and foremost. I mean, he's from St. Louis, so you know when you grow up down there, baseball is king, and everything else is secondary.
Yeah.
But then he took to basketball, and he was all-state in basketball, and led his team to the championship game at least once, and didn't play football until he was in high school. His mother wouldn't let him play football until high
Interesting.
school.
Yeah.
he's a mama's boy.
Yeah. Well, look at
No,
Adrian.
there's getting to be a lot of parents that won't let their kids play
Well, then he played quarterback.
football.
High
And
school.
he didn't play quarterback until his sophomore year.
Yeah.
That concussion stuff, they scared everyone away from it.
Oh, my wife's already worried about Paul playing football. You know, you just got to see how it goes.
It's contact sport.
That's right. It's a rough sport.
But it's been there for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's not for sissies. You know, if you get a concussion or 2 or 3, it may not be the sport for you.
Our grandson said I wouldn't know if I had a concussion or not.
Is he talking about himself or you?
Talking about Grandpa.
Oh, I think.
No, but you know, they don't.
You know. When when you see the stars and
right.
you forget, you blank out, it's a concussion. No 2 ways around it. There's another wide receiver we need to talk about.
Yes.
Well, several more. Keenan Davis, who we already discussed. And then there's Kevonte Martin Manley, KMM. This kid was a real catch, no pun intended, for the Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes.
Where's he from?
I think he's from Ohio. Oh, he might be. Let's see. Wide receiver. It doesn't say.
Okay.
6 foot 200.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, is he?
He'll be in the program.
Is he a redshirt freshman?
No. Isn't he a true freshman?
Is he a true freshman?
Let's see here. Where'd he go? KMM.
Can you go down to freshman?
Yes, he is a redshirt freshman.
So he's going to play.
Never doubt Bob's recollection.
Can you go down the list of the 8 people?
Of the 8 what?
True freshmen that are going to play?
No.
Why can't you? You got it.
They're not here. He doesn't list them here.
You can almost say there's 3 running backs.
Right.
Yeah, but none
2
of them,
for sure.
None of the running backs are on the 2 deeps.
Well, we know one's a tight end, one's probably a receiver.
Yep.
2 or 3 running backs, and then we don't know.
Kicker.
I think he's redshirting.
Now, tell us about this Manley. What do you know about him, this receiver?
Fast, great hands, good size, and the buzz is about him. It's Keenan Davis. It's his year to step up. He'll be a junior, and I expect him to. He's going to have to take a lot of the pressure off Marvin McNutt. Kevonte, how do you say his name? We'll get used to saying this sooner or later. It took us a while to say Darrell Johnson-Koulianos.
That's right.
Kevonte Martin Manley. He's also a very good blocker, and that's key in the Hawkeye offense for
our
wide
key
receivers.
Offense is still Vandenberg.
Yep.
I guess he can throw the ball a long, long way.
Better than Ricky Stanley. Ricky Stanley. More accurate, deeper.
Talked to an ex-quarterback, he used to play for Iowa, and he said he can read defenses a lot better than Stanley.
I believe it.
Our ex-quarterback, Stanzik.
But,
you brought up a good point about the defenses concentrating on these third down situations on McNutt. Why wouldn't they? And our second best receiver at this point is whoever's playing tight end, because we have 3 good choices there. But we have to have a third receiver step it up. And
That's right.
It's time for Keenan Davis to step it up, or maybe this Manley's the man.
I think Manley's.
We'll find out.
Yeah. That's why
Manley's
going to
get his chance. KMM.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get his chances.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the coaches, that's just tremendous. We haven't named them, but you can. But I wouldn't be a bit surprised that our offensive line will be tremendous.
Yeah, I look for them to be.
That's the key, right?
Big time, maybe the best ever.
I think so.
That's the buzz.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we need our offensive line to do that seems to not have happened when we thought we were going to have these good offensive lines, is it seems like they don't really get started in September. They start very slowly.
You might start a little faster this year.
I hope so, because this
I think the
offensive
whole
line
team,
is as good as advertised.
I just think the whole team is when people are in doubt. Now I see one sports writer picked them 6 and 5 or something.
A local one?
Yeah.
Who?
One of those guys from Des Moines.
Oh.
Millhauser or something like that. Woodhouse.
I don't even read their paper anymore.
Well, they were all on this program. You didn't. None of you watched that program last night.
Well, the sports writers are different today.
That's right.
we had Hardy on one time, and he said, "I'm not for Iowa, or I'm not against them. I'm a sports writer, and I just
Get out of here.
And I said, I just talked to myself. I said, he's not just the opposite of Al Grady.
Yeah.
And I said, I wash my hands, and I don't read any column that he writes. I don't like Pat Hardy. What's his name?
Hardy.
Hardy.
With a T.
What's his name?
Pat.
Pat Hardy. Okay.
Well, if you're in this town, you better, if you're writing in the local papers, you better be a Hawkeye fan.
That's right.
You can still be objective.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you better
Al
be a
used to
Hawkeye
be.
fan.
If we had a bad game, he'd
Listen,
tell us what
sure.
we did wrong. But he was a true Hawkeye fan.
That's why everybody respected Al Grady. He bled black and gold, and he was a true Hawkeye fan. But he would come down in his articles on the
Yes,
Hawkeyes
that's right.
when
That's
they
right.
needed that, and
And
everybody respected his
Another
opinion,
one was Gus Schrader.
including the coaches.
For the
you know?
Gazette, he was nothing but a true Hawkeye fan.
Yeah,
Now you got those clowns up there now. Maybe it was that guy.
Mike Halas.
Yeah. See, I don't have any time for him.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I like Pat Hardy, but I also agree with you that I'd like to see. I don't get the line that I'm not a Hawkeye fan.
yeah.
I don't understand why they feel they have to be objective, other than maybe this isn't their only job. Maybe they're going to work somewhere else and need to. I don't know where sports journalism, became so supposedly
Negative.
objective.
Right.
Yeah, everybody's criticized.
Yeah. Now you go to Omaha though. They're just strong. Nebraska already. They got them winning the thing and all this.
They're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Nebraska lost 4 games already.
Last year.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
They got
You know what?
tough.
They got the worst.
They're going to
They
lose
got
4 games this year too.
Wisconsin, Ohio State,
Yeah.
Penn State.
Michigan,
Bring 'em
Penn
on.
State. I mean,
Bring 'em on.
Right.
And
I hope they get
Bring 'em
Iowa,
in the Big
yeah.
Ten. We'll be all right.
I hope Nebraska gets buried.
Me
But-
too.
I do too.
I
But
want them
see,
to lose every game they play.
And
in the
I know
Big
you
Ten.
guys all remember this. But when Penn State come, they were going to clean up on the Big Ten. It took them 10 years to get the chance.
Well, how many conference titles have they won in 18 years?
I
they've
think
been?
1.
I was going to say 0.
I was going to say
I think
maybe 2.
2.
I know they.
Or tied or 1, maybe 2.
Penn State?
Yeah.
Just one, I think.
I think
one?
so.
Yeah, I think
You
that
know what?
was
That's
in
a
that
good
article.
trivia question. We need to have answered.
Yeah.
If you have the answer to that question,
Yeah.
please
Well,
call
but-
Bud after midnight tonight at home.
Yeah.
One of
We're gonna
these
have to get
days, somebody's
Bud's
going to
phone
call you after midnight.
We need his phone number.
No, don't do that.
I think I'll set
Put it
my-
on the bottom of the screen.
my clock on
Joe,
the
can you put Joe, can you put Bud's
Yeah.
number up there on the screen, please? Little crawl across the bottom.
Norwood Circle. He lives on Norwood Circle.
One thing we haven't talked about, and I thought we might touch on, the Cy-Hawk Trophy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
well, it's gone. So why talk about it?
Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
They're going to
here's-
use the old one now until they get the new one to redesign, right?
When Bump Elliott renewed this commitment to play against Iowa State, the first game was in 1977. I don't remember there being a trophy then.
No.
Was there?
No. This trophy will just come up
When did the trophy come
5
in?
years ago,
Oh,
I'd say.
no. It's longer than that.
Not much. Did the Hy-Vee sponsor?
No.
It came along with the Hy-Vee sponsorship.
The
Yeah.
Cy-Hawk Trophy did? It's
That's
longer
right.
than 5 years, though, right?
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah,
been
I'm
several.
going to say
no.
20 plus.
See, I have a
no,
redesign
no.
suggestion.
Yeah?
You get a bronze football, and you stick a long ear of corn through it, right? That's so that the players that are victorious got one on each side of the trophy, and they can lift up that ear of corn over their heads.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
a good. That's a
I
good
got
image.
one.
I don't
better-
think that'll win the design competition.
I got one better than that.
Yeah?
Let the loser take the trophy home. Keep the one we got. Right?
The one they designed?
Yeah. And let them take it home. The loser.
That's a pretty good idea.
No, nobody gives the trophy
The
to
loser
the loser.
takes
Say
that
that's one thing that happened in this game. Bobby Elliott.
Coaching at Iowa State.
Yeah, he's up. I think he's won 6 games as a coach. When
Against Iowa?
the guy that went to Oklahoma.
Stoops?
No, the coach.
Oh, from way back.
About the I think it was about
in the 80s.
Yes, I think
he became athletic director at Oklahoma after
right.
he coached. What the heck?
Not Wilkinson. Oh, you're talking about Iowa State.
Yes.
Donnie.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Donnie.
Duncan.
Thank you.
That's who Bob was with, right? And didn't Duncan win like 3 in a row?
And
or
there's
something?
another guy there was coaching too at Iowa State.
Well, Dan McCarney pretty well put it to us.
Yeah.
When Bob was there.
And they're both Iowa guys. I bet. They must have been. They probably won 8 games.
Yep.
I see Dan's in northern Texas.
Yeah.
He'll be.
But he does well. They got a new stadium.
We'll have to keep an eye on the program. Huh?
I'm not too sure Hayden won't slip down there.
He ought to. Of course, he's not. He's not real fond of North Texas, or no, not North
that's
Texas.
where he
North
started.
Texas State.
SMU.
SMU is where Hayden got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Did he get fired there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He thinks it was racism that that's where he brought in.
That's why
Jerry Levias.
Yeah.
And first black player in the Southwest Conference.
He won an honor too, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I think.
Then he went to, where was he then? He went to North Texas?
SMU, North Texas.
Then he came here.
And then he came
Right. We got him from North Texas.
Yeah.
I think he liked North Texas.
Yeah, he did well.
So that's why I think he'll probably go down and see Dan.
You know what? Why we got him? Bump went to see his brother. What's his name?
Who?
Bump Elliott's brother. His name?
Pete.
And he said, who would be the best player for me to get at Iowa that is a great program changer? And he said, without hesitation, Hayden Fry. And
that's before they had search committees and had to run everything through the administration.
And he met Hayden Fry at the damnest place. He was telling me the story, but I can't remember.
I'll bet that was a heck of a meeting.
Oh.
To be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Young Hayden, young Bump.
Yeah.
That would have been something.
Yeah.
That first meeting.
Yeah.
Well, because that's his third coach. He had.
That's right.
Cummings and Lauterbur before
Lauterbur.
that?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, how we doing on time, my friend? We got 2 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Well, I think we've said enough about the Cy-Hawk Trophy. I think one of the biggest failures in marketing.
Oh, my.
The biggest marketing failure ever, I think.
How much did they get?
The Corn Promotion Board is the paid sponsor for that game and that trophy. I don't know what they paid, but I wouldn't doubt it's about $50,000 a year.
I think
it might be much more.
I think they're maybe dropping it.
Iowa Corn?
I know Barry got another vote on it.
Oh.
Barry who?
Barry Lehman.
He belongs to the Corn Association.
So the farm.
But he was mad at it too. He didn't like the trophy.
No.
Well, it was a terrible idea, and I'd love to know who looked at that design and
according
said,
to a friend of
"This
mine who
is
knows
good."
somebody that's on that works for that in marketing for that corn company, it was chosen by the athletic departments. We'll find out eventually, but that'd be an interesting question to ask somebody that really knows.
Not too many corporations would allow somebody else to put their #1 marketing effort in the hands of an outside group.
I think you're in marketing. Why don't you find that out?
Well, I know who did it.
I think Klatt had a lot to do with it. That's right.
That's exactly where I was headed.
And that's the reason he's
sticking up for him. He says, don't blame all the Corn Association.
No, I'm just saying they did.
No, but I mean, Klatt's saying this.
Yeah, Barta put
because
him out
he's the
there.
one that did it, yeah.
Well, whoever did it, they bombed.
I bet you don't really even eat sweet corn.
We should have been on the committee.
Yeah, we could have solved that in a minute.
I hope the Hawkeyes are able to solve Tennessee Tech. I hope Regina's able to solve Solon. I hope City High and West High have solutions. And I hope that we get to see each other back here next week and every week, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. It's Sports Opinion on Channel 18. We rerun the show on Sunday nights at 6 p.m., same channel, 6 p.m. Sunday night. And you can find it on my Facebook page or on the PATV website, patv.tv. Simple as that. Thanks for watching. I'm Dirk Keller on behalf of Bob Boyd and Bud Supel and Earl Murphy. Thanking Joe Murphy for being behind the camera and thanking you for watching every night. Appreciate it. And remember, I almost forgot, I'm out of shape here. Either you're a Hawk or you're not. Go Hawks.
Amen, brother.
Beat the Titans. Tennessee